When our son Arje was born 6 years ago, I sensed from the beginning that something was wrong. He cried from feeding to feeding. 18 hours a day were no exception. Everyone kept telling me, that's what babies do. They cry. We met up with specialists since there were several things that made the doctors worry. He didn't grow the way he should. He needed an operation, and then the pediatrician told us that he wanted to do a DNA test. When Arje was 6 months old, he was diagnosed with Wilms syndrome. That's a genetic condition that causes medical problems, learning disabilities, and developmental delays. We were devastated. In the beginning, we were extremely worried about how the rest of his life, of our lives, would look like. Would he be able to walk, run, ride a bike? Would he be able to learn how to read? Would he be able to live on his own someday? Although Arje was diagnosed, well, it didn't make him stop crying. And there was one thing I hadn't tried yet: sing him to sleep. Lieve kleine Arje, lieve kleine man, vul dien leven met liefde, zoveel als maar kan. Lieve kleine Arje, lieve kleine man, vul dien leven met liefde, zoveel als maar kan. En als het regent, wijd en goed, de zon is nooit wiet weg. Volg altijd in gevoel, volg altijd in hart. Lieve kleine Arje, lieve kleine man, vul dien leven met liefde, zoveel als maar kan. En vergeet niet dat ze ook, net als iedereen, mocht meedoen wie ze wil, mocht zien wem ze best. Lieve kleine Arje, lieve kleine man, vul dien leven met liefde, zoveel, zoveel als maar kan. Arje is now 6 years old, and he doesn't just listen to the song, he sings it with me. Arje loves music. I can't make him any happier than when I suggest to play on the guitar together or on the drums, his favorite. A lot of struggles in the first tough years of his life we solved with songs. Music is the key to his heart. When Arje was 2 years old, his little brother Luke was born. And although we think Luke is kind of aware that he is smarter and faster than Arje, Arje is his big brother. The one he can play with, the one that challenges him to stick up for himself, the one he looks up to. Luke is one of the most patient and forgiving persons I know. You are the youngest and the oldest I have always known. You could play both parts. You forgive and forget. You give in but never give up on him. He lets you watch his back. You're always in his shade. You're always in his shame. Step into the light, 'cause the things you will have to fight for will be the things you'll be most proud of. Enjoy the things that come easy to you, 'cause these things will remind you of brother love. You are the youngest and the wisest. I know that you know, but he feels it too. You forgive and forget. You give in but never give up on him. He lets you watch his back. You'll take a different way. Be as proud of him as you are today. You are his light, 'cause the things you will have to fight for will be the things you'll be most proud of. Enjoy the things that come easy to you, 'cause these things will remind you of brother love. Arje was measured. I have to begin again after this song. Arje was measured with an IQ lower than 55, and that's why we were advised to put him into a special school with fantastic facilities and a trained staff. But Arje had been going to a medical daycare for several years, and we noticed that the children in his group couldn't speak either. Then he began to imitate the sounds we didn't really want to hear from the children in his group. He would bite on the back of his hand, leaving big marks from his own teeth on his skin, because that's what he saw other children doing. And that's when it hit us. If Arje was this good at imitating other children, what would happen if he would go to a regular school? And we decided there and then that we were going to find one for him. But that was harder than we could have ever imagined. In the Netherlands, it's still not very common for regular schools to admit children with this kind of disability. We visited 8 schools, and there always seemed to be a reason for schools to be very, very doubtful. And every time they would tell me they were unsure, I backed out. I believed that it would never work if a school didn't have an open mind when we hadn't even started yet. Finally, at the moment when we thought we had to give up the search, there was a school who was up for the challenge. The beginning was horrible. Arje cried the whole time, and the teachers, the school, and us parents together, we've put in a lot of effort to make it to the success it is now. He participates in almost every lesson, with guidance, of course. He has learned so many things, and he has play dates. And one of the most important things is that he is not that strange boy anymore, the one you stare at, the one you try to avoid. He is Arje, with whom you can play, and who loves to sing songs with you. When we cycle through our town, we're on the tandem bike with Arje up front. Children who don't know Arje, or who've never seen such a bike, they whisper to their moms, "Mom, that's a really strange bike." But when we see children from Arje's class, they call out to him, "Arje, that's a great bike." It's these moments that give me the feeling of a small victory. But I also know there's a lot of work to do. What do we want to teach our children? If all children in the neighborhood go to the same school, they grow up together. They experience from the beginning of their lives that, that everyone's different and equal, that everyone has their flaws and qualities, and they learn that you have to have an open mind to see that. Ik zie dat je anders bent, een klein beetje anders bent dan ik. Zit ik te kijken naar je, hoe kijk je naar mij? En nu ik jouw blik vang, als ik naar je lach jij dan terug. Wat zal ik doen, begrijp ik jou, begrijp je mij? Zou het kunnen zijn dat, zou het zomaar kunnen, ben jij meer ik dan ik denk? Buitengewoon maakt alles mooier, zoveel mooier dan gewoon. Maar buitengewoon maakt geen verschil, verschil is mooi gewoon. Ben stiekem nu wel benieuwd, benieuwd wat het is waarin jij uitblinkt. Wat zullen we doen? Geef ik aan jou, geef jij aan mij. Weet je, ik heb zo'n idee dat, weet je, ik weet het zeker. Ik ben meer jij dan ik denk. Buitengewoon maakt alles mooier, zoveel mooier dan gewoon. Maar buitengewoon maakt geen verschil, verschil is mooi. Wat ik ook denk vanaf vandaag, jij denkt met me mee. Wat ik ook doe vanaf vandaag, jij doet mee. Buitengewoon maakt alles mooier, zoveel mooier dan gewoon. Buitengewoon maakt geen verschil, verschil is mooi, mooi gewoon. Thank you.